Good evening, Mr. Mayor and members of Council. On behalf of the members of the Waterfront Development Committee, Todd Bennett, Colleen Bissonette, Patrick Clark, Kevin Donnelly, Michelle Dubois, Keitha Fisher, Eric Lang, Guy Menard, Roy Perkins, Councillors Glenn Grant and Dean Keeble. And our staff support Stephen Alexander, General Manager of Planning, Parks and Recreation, and Terry Keith, our Recording Secretary. As you are aware, the Waterfront Land Development Committee has been meeting with the St. Lawrence Seaway, Transport Canada, and Public Works Canada regarding waterfront lands that could be readily available for city acquisition and/or development. Following discussions on information from the Waterfront Land Development Committee, and with an interest to advance investigation for residential and commercial development along the waterfront, the following motion at the meeting of the Waterfront Development Committee on October the 20th, 2011, was carried by the members present. The motion reads as follows: that the Waterfront Development Committee investigate the strategy behind releasing lands for development on the waterfront east of the civic complex overlooking the marina, and discuss how to secure council concurrence to proceed to secure public input. The committee's purpose this evening is to request permission from council to proceed with public consultation on the concept of releasing part of the city-owned lands east of the complex for residential and commercial development. If public consultation is positive, the committee would subsequently request of council changes to what the waterfront plan, the official plan, and the zoning bylaw. And to illustrate the site in question, I call upon committee member Patrick Clark.
As you can see from the, it was in the paper actually today, the area in red is where the so-called building or would be situated roughly in that area. Could be a smaller size or bigger. We just put that in for, it's not the scale or anything. So if you go on to the next one, please. As you can see with the two arrows, the property lines are in pink. So the smaller just that run down that line and across here. That's the property lines of the city. So we couldn't move the building any farther than that area or to the right or down towards the water. Next one, please. As we take some of the parking space out, we'd have to replace some of that if needed towards the top end in blue. And also that little stretch there would finish that circle with the curling club if need be. And we're going a little too fast. I'll go over it again if you'd like. The arrow or the line in green is actually a bike path, which will be moved depending on where the building is situated again. And it could go down a little farther, then come back up and around. But they'll have to move that if they end up going over too far. This is an overall picture. Again, you can see that the site is quite small compared to the overall on that side. It's just that little corner right there. Most of it in the parking lot. Sorry, on that same diagram, that's okay. You can go to the next one, right? You can see that the water main and the sewer and storm, again, those are in the green, blue, and red. The water main's in blue. You can see it comes down at the top and finishes here. Actually, it goes down there. They just stopped it there, if you're wondering. It does go down to the marina. And same thing with the red line for the sewer. There's also the storm in green that runs down, so most of the that type of water mains are in place already. This is a picture that I grabbed from Google that is 121 Water Street. If you're not sure of the building, I have a picture right after this. So that just gives you an idea of the scale that I used. And both of those are this scale. the same size. I just grabbed it from down the street and moved it over to that area just to show you. If you go on to the next one, that is the actual building that I grabbed and just put in that spot, just to give you an idea of the size. So that's a three-story with the basement level also, so it's actually 4. That's just a shot I took today of the view of the one side looking over the marina. Snowbanks are a little bit in the way, but gives you an idea of what they'll be looking at from the main level. And an overall picture again of the far side, and here's the building again. So as you can see, it goes together with the rest of the construction that we have with the complex and the curling club and that in this area. So it's not going into the park itself, but most of it on the asphalt down east end of the parking lot.